Hey there, it's Jordan Mercier, and welcome into another edition of Peterborough Conversations. I'm pleased to be joined by a very talented young local musician. Her name is Irish Millie, and we're going to talk about a new release. Millie, thank you so much for taking the time today. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me in, Jordan.
So I get the opportunity to chat with a lot of different artists. However, not all of them are as talented fiddle players as you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
How does that start? And how do you say, you know what, that's the instrument I'm going to master?
Well, it was really interesting when I was really young. I was 3 years old, and my parents used to take me square dancing on Stony Lake on Juniper Island. And I got to see Natalie McMaster, which many people know is this phenomenal fiddler. And then I just begged for a fiddle after that. Like, it was like in my head, I just wanted to do that. And when I was 6, I got my first one, and I can tell you, it didn't sound very good, but here we are now.
What is it about the fiddle? Because even when I watch people play it, it looks fun to play. There's no one sitting down when someone's playing the fiddle really well. It's an instrument that just, I mean, everybody loves the fiddle.
Yeah, so for me, the fiddle is more the concept behind folk music in the community. I really enjoy going to festivals, and it's not even the instrument itself, but it's just how that kind of music brings people together and how inclusive it is. So I've been to so many different festivals, like Rollo Bay Fiddle Festival, Peterborough Folk Festival, and it's just the culture around it is really, really like amazing.
When did you decide, okay, I really do want to begin performing?
So when I was 9, I got offered by a good friend of mine named Baker Dave at the Peterborough Farmers Market,
Baker Dave.
downtown by the Morrow building, and he said, you should come play at the market. You should get a busking license. And I said, okay. So I kind of started playing there, and people really enjoyed it, and it kind of sparked this energy in me. I was like, I like having an audience. It's really cool. Instead of just practicing at home by myself, having people to share my music with.
Oh, very cool stuff. And what's it like, say, the first time you were, performing to bigger crowds? Were you like super nervous?
I would say I was pretty nervous, but once I got up there, it seemed to feel really nice, and I seem to have lost that nervousness, I guess, and I kind of just let myself play the music and have fun.
Do you come from a musical family?
So my dad's side of the family are all musicians in the Salvation Army, and so I grew up a lot with my grandfather playing the trumpet. But my mom's side of the family is not musical, and I'm a first-generation fiddler, so nobody plays the fiddle in my family.
That's pretty cool. So it's something that you had to kind of go out and learn a little bit more on your own?
Yeah, it was definitely, there were some hard times there where I definitely didn't want to play anymore, but it took a while, but then I was like, this is definitely for me.
Very cool stuff. We were chatting a little bit off here. I know you've been a fixture at Peterborough Performs, which is a concert that just took place in support of the United Way. And just something like the Peterborough music scene, I'm always amazed at the amount of talent that we have here in the local community. And you must get to see it firsthand probably more than me.
Oh yeah, Peterborough, the talent in Peterborough is just incredible. And the amount of musicians and performers who come out to support these events is just really, really amazing.
All right, so you have a new release. Tell us about it.
I do. So I just released my new single, Ghosts, and I wrote it actually like 5 or 6 months ago for my brother. I was missing my brother. He is working in Markham right now, and he is in his first year of an apprenticeship program. And I wouldn't see him all week until maybe some weekends, and I got really, really sad about this. So I started to kind of recount what we did when we grew up together, and I decided to pour my emotion into this music, so into this song. And it ended up sounding pretty good, and I showed my dad and my mom, and they were like, this is a really cool song. And I spoke to my producer, Tyler Martin, and he said, let's get you in to record that. So I thought, I'll record it for his birthday. His birthday is January 15th. And we didn't finish it before then, so we ended up releasing it March 15th. But it came out, and I'm really, really happy with it.
A note to all the siblings out there that, I mean, man, I want my brother to write me a song. Holy geez, that's amazing. But is that, in this particular instance, does the music pieces that you write, do they often come with a similar story of inspiration from something like that?
Often the singing pieces that I write do come attached to some kind of memory or emotion. The instrumental pieces, on the other hand, sometimes they come out of nowhere, like they'll just pop into my head and I'll write it, and I have a hard time naming them because they don't have any association attached with them. But sometimes instrumental pieces do have connections with them. I've written a lot of tunes for family members, like Murray's Jig or something like that, just for fun. But it's definitely easier for me to convey that emotional connection through the vocals.
So what's next? Do you have big plans coming up for the summer?
For the summer, I'm touring in BC, so I'm actually
Oh,
going
nice.
for a couple weeks, and then I'm heading down to, or I guess, across Canada to PEI for another festival, which should be really fun. And I'm also releasing my second album.
Oh, very cool stuff. And if somebody wants to get in touch with your music, like what's the best way they can go about doing it?
You can contact me on my website at irishmillie.ca or Facebook, Irish Millie Fiddle Tunes, Instagram, Irish Millie Fiddle. Most of those places are pretty good.
Thank you so much for coming in today. Really appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having me, Jordan.
And we'll post all the information. It'll be available in the comments. And if you want more great Peterborough local conversation, all you need to do is click the subscribe button.